Most people only stay calm when life is easy. The Stoics learned to stay calm when life was impossible. There is a form of steadiness that refuses to be shaken by changing conditions. A quiet power that doesn't crumble the moment reality stops being polite. A mental discipline that holds its shape even when the world turns cold, uncertain, or hostile. This was the ambition of the Stoics. They did not invest their peace in comfort or convenience. They did not build their identity on luck, applause, or favorable timing. They constructed an inner life that could absorb impact without losing form. A peace that could withstand delays, betrayal, and sudden loss. Such steadiness isn't born from leisure. It is built through ability. It is developed in hours of self-examination, in deliberate exposure to challenge, and in the uncomfortable acceptance that life has no obligation to act according to our wishes. Anyone can appear composed when circumstances cooperate. Anyone can look wise when nothing goes wrong. But a calm that depends on perfect weather is not calm. It is simply the absence of storms. Stoic calm belongs to a different category. It is the composure of someone who has practiced adversity, analyzed disappointment, and confronted what is not theirs to control. Marcus Aurelius wrote that obstacles fuel progress, a recognition that difficulty is not merely tolerated, but used. Seneca noted that strain makes the mind sturdy, just as exercise makes the body resilient. Epictetus proved this through his own life. Born enslaved, denied luxury and status, he built an inner autonomy that drew students from across the world. His life made a single truth clear: peace that comes from within cannot be confiscated. External peace is fragile. It relies on wealth, on praise, on reputation, on fortune. Anything that is given by the world can be taken by the world. If your peace depends on the cooperation of external forces, then your peace belongs to them, not you. The Stoics refused to allow such dependency. They valued clarity over comfort, strength over convenience, virtue over validation. They scrutinized their thoughts, questioned their impulses, and refined their judgment until emotion served reason rather than overthrew it. Their discipline was not emotional numbness, but emotional mastery. They did not aim to kill feeling, but to prevent feeling from becoming their commander. Judgment remains within one's reach, circumstance does not. That distinction shaped their entire worldview. They separated life into two realms, what is ours and what is not. Power exists only in the first. Serenity emerges from recognizing the second. So when plans collapsed, they revised strategy instead of collapsing themselves. When others behaved poorly, they adjusted expectations instead of drowning in outrage. When fortune turned against them, they relied on character rather than circumstance. This is capability, and capability is the architecture of enduring tranquility. Visualize this in practical terms. You remain collected without perfect outcomes. You remain confident without universal validation. You make decisions without absolute certainty. You operate at full capacity without needing comfort. That is not apathy, it is sovereignty. Most people chase comfort and call it peace, but comfort is temporary, external, and easily disturbed. The Stoics pursued capability because capability survives disruption. Capability means functioning under pressure, thinking while others panic, acting while others hesitate, and enduring without breaking. It does not deny pain. It denies pain the privilege of dictating behavior. The Stoics did not escape difficulty. They reframed it. They knew hardship is guaranteed, but helplessness is optional. Modern culture often promotes the opposite. Evade difficulty, retreat from strain, outsource discomfort. But every retreat transfers power to circumstance. Every avoidance trades capability for dependency. The Stoics rejected that trade. They chose the discomfort that strengthens over the comfort that dissolves resilience. To them, a crisis was a lesson in disguise. An insult tested composure. A loss revealed where your attachments were built. They practiced occasional voluntary discomfort not for drama, but for calibration. Seneca advised living simply at times so that wealth could not enslave the mind through fear of losing it. Once you have faced scarcity, abundance stops owning you. Once you have faced discomfort, luxury stops commanding you. Once you have imagined loss, possession stops frightening you. This is not pessimism, it is freedom. Most suffering occurs before anything actually happens. People fear losing status, losing approval, losing comfort, losing advantage. They surrender power to future scenarios that never arrive. They avoid ambition out of fear of embarrassment, honesty out of fear of judgment, growth out of fear of struggle. The Stoics identified anticipation as the true tyrant. We are harmed more by imagination than by reality. Therefore, the Stoic trains interpretation, because the story you attach to an event determines its effect. A setback defined as unfair creates bitterness. A setback defined as training creates resilience. A rejection defined as humiliation creates insecurity. A rejection defined as clarity creates direction. A failure defined as shame creates paralysis. A failure defined as feedback creates improvement. Epictetus taught that disturbance comes from judgment, not events. Master the judgment, and you master the consequence. Imagine a life lived under these principles. When your plan collapses, you reorient instead of retreating. When insulted, you evaluate your response instead of defending ego. When the environment changes, you choose reason instead of panic. When fortune abandons you, you choose virtue instead of despair. Such a life does not eliminate pain, but it eliminates fragility. The Stoic does not seek invulnerability. The Stoic seeks adaptability. Not to eliminate storms, but to steer through them. Not to remove uncertainty, but to maintain competence inside it. Not to guarantee success, but to guarantee integrity. This is peace. Not the absence of chaos, but the refusal to let chaos appoint itself ruler of the inner world. Once you understand this, you stop trying to control everything that refuses control: opinions, outcomes, chance, other people's behavior. The Stoics knew that power over others is conditional and power over circumstance is temporary, but power over oneself is durable. From this perspective, progress is measured not by how well life behaves, but by how well the individual behaves when life does not. The Stoics prized mental independence above situational luxury. They understood that the person who needs the world to cooperate will always be anxious, but the person who requires themselves to be disciplined will always be steady. And true steadiness is quiet, not flamboyant. It does not advertise itself. It is firm, disciplined, and resilient. Steadiness of this kind does not announce itself with grand speeches or dramatic declarations. It reveals itself quietly, when plans go sideways and you do not, when others lose their temper and you don't surrender yours, when fortune changes direction and you remain oriented. This quiet strength confuses most people because they expect power to be loud. But Stoic power is internal. It is not measured by volume or by display, but by self-command. The Stoics understood that external control is borrowed and temporary. You may influence circumstances, but you do not own them. You may persuade others, but you do not possess them. Everything outside the self can shift without warning. So they focus their attention where control is absolute: thought, choice, action, response. This was the core of their philosophy, not to change the world first, but to change the self so the world could not easily overthrow it. A man who needs applause to feel confident has rented his confidence from strangers. A woman who needs comfort to feel calm has leased her calm from convenience. Anyone who needs outcomes to go their way has outsourced their peace to probability. The Stoics refused to operate on leases. They sought ownership. Ownership of thought, ownership of behavior, ownership of interpretation. This ownership produced a profound stability. When things were good, they appreciated. When things were harsh, they adapted. To them, success was not dominance, it was sovereignty. Sovereignty over impulses, over reactions, over desires, over fears. Modern culture has inverted these priorities. We are trained to chase validation, to avoid discomfort, to outsource difficulty. We are encouraged to curate life so carefully that resistance feels catastrophic.